Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Joe Bernstein. You may know me as a guy who helps people transform their lives. I've done a lot of work with helping people get healthy after I've lost 150 pounds. But more recently, I've been doing a lot more work with people within their business or within their career, and I want to talk about that today. So I met with my client yesterday. He's a small business owner. He has a business where he has an actual big operation monetarily, but it's only about 7 or 8 employees at any one time. And he's got a couple things going on, and I've recognized he's stuck in a pattern. This is a guy who has all the experience you can imagine. He has an MBA. He was a successful management consultant for many years. He's owned this business for 15 years, and he's made it extremely efficient and profitable. But the challenge he's having is with the team. He doesn't love working in this business, and no one else does. And he's recognized through my support that his role is not to just go ahead and change the personnel in the business. His job is not just to create efficiencies, which is what he wants to do. His job is to change the culture within the company, to change the way the team communicates, and ultimately to change how he shows up as a leader. So we're working on that. And I've been seeing him for weeks procrastinate. We've been talking about either having one-on-one meetings with every employee or having a team meeting to talk about the vision that he has for the company. He has a brand new vision. He's created clarity recently. He knows where it's going for the next 15 years. And now I've seen him procrastinate on it. It's been 4, 5, 6 weeks. He's kind of had little stops and starts. He has a conversation with one person and then nothing happens. Then he has a conversation with somebody where he's really giving them some criticism, but he kind of mixes in the talk about the vision, and he's avoiding it. So we came up with a strategy that he needed to take. He committed to a day that he was going to have a team meeting. He's going to shut down his storefront, which operates in the front of his business, and he's going to take it very seriously. And we had to come to that information. We had to create the strategic aspect of that. But in reality, what was holding him back, I told him point blank, "You're procrastinating here. What's going on? What are you afraid might happen?" So he was afraid of a few things. He might have a meeting, and it might just turn into a complaint fest. He's tried this before, and that's what happens. He's also afraid that people will not engage in the conversation. He's also afraid that people will nod their head and say yes, but then nothing will really change. So instead of operating from a new place and taking a risk and trying something to do it differently, he's working on old stories. He's seen what's happened in the past. And he's creating the idea of the worst possible outcome, the negative outcome. And that's keeping him from taking charge. At the end of the day, I had to question him and had to really have him face the facts. So you can try this, and you can come at it from a new angle and new perspective and get new results. Or you can continue to tell yourself it won't work, and you can continue to procrastinate. If you try this and it doesn't work, it's going to stir things up, and you might have to change some personnel within the next few months. If you don't try this, things will still get stirred up, but they'll get stirred up in ways that you don't want. And it could be a year from now that you're replacing this personnel, not a couple months from now. But the positive outcome is that he could potentially have a huge impact and change the company culture, and having this be a jumping off point and a starting point. So his fears of what might happen, his stories about what might happen, were having him get in the way and procrastinate. This is how developing who we are and developing our emotional intelligence and our communication skills shows up in our business. It kind of is covert. It shows up in us procrastinating, holding back from doing the things we know we want to do. So if this is happening with you, if you're procrastinating on delivering employee feedback, on launching a new initiative, if you're procrastinating on having a conversation within your family or your friend circle or your career, I want you to reach out to me. We can figure out how you could approach this conversation, not just strategically, but from a place of your most big and bold and grounded self. Put your fears in front of you so you know what you're dealing with. So that's what you have. You have a choice right now to reach out if you want some support and you want to change the way you want to show up in the world, especially with your employees or people that are important in your life, then reach out to me now. Have a great afternoon. Peace. I'm out.